Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen, Freeze Drying Academy. Okay, so what do I got for you today? Well, you see over here on the counter, I got the Skittles. And you're like, well, Crazy Dave, you've already done Skittles. That's true. I've already done Skittles. But my neighbors have been challenging me to do sour Skittles. And when I go to the store and I try to find sour Skittles, you're lucky if you get the little tiny bag and they're expensive. Now, I asked them, hey, you want me to do sour Skittles, but how sour do you want them? Oh, Dave, we want them really, really sour. I go, are you sure you want them sour? Yeah, we love sour. I go, are you sure you want them sour? And then eventually it gets to the point. It's Crazy Dave here we're talking about, okay? So I'm up to the challenge. I'm going to make some super sour Skittles that are amazing. So what do I got? Well, I've got 2 bags of Skittles. These are the 27 ounces, so 1.5 pounds, give or take. If you remember, 1 bag will fill 4 of my trays, so I'm actually going to do 2 separate batches. So let's put that bag off to the side. Now, this is one of the magic ingredients right there. You might want to zoom in on that. All right, that is called tart and sour. This stuff is nasty. When I say nasty, I don't mean in a bad way. It's nasty as far as how super sour it is. It's so concentrated that they even warn you that if you're going to mix it up, wear gloves. So I've got gloves off to the side. And on the actual instruction label, it tells you right here, it says 1.5 teaspoon per pound. I'm going to do 1, if not 2, tablespoons. So this stuff's going to be really nasty, okay? Now, over here, I got pure citric acid. We're going to do about 1 to 2 tablespoons of that as well. And then I've got some sugar. Okay, this is also 1 to 2 tablespoons. Let's put this stuff together and make some super sour Skittles. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we remember that every tray is about 7 ounces. And you know what? I was going to weigh it, but I already know 1 whole bag is going to fit 4 trays. So you know what? Scale, adios. Gone. Bag. Bowl. Let's go ahead and pour these babies in here. Let's see. Ooh, I bet you that sounded really nice and loud on the camera. All right, bag, you're gone. We got the wooden spoon. And I got my little measuring things. So first thing we're going to do, let's put the sugar in here. And I think for that 1 bag, I am actually going to do 2 tablespoons, okay, of sugar. We got 2 in there. Whee! You know what? I think maybe 3. Let's jazz it up a little bit. All right. So write that stuff down. If you're taking notes, write this stuff down. 3 tablespoons of sugar. All right. Next. Ooh, almost lost it there. Pure citric acid. We're going to use the tablespoon here. And remember I told you I was going to do about 2 tablespoons? I think I'm going to do 3 because you always want your citric acid to balance with the sugar. So there's 3 tablespoons of that stuff. All right. Now we're going to put in this evil stuff. First thing I want to do is make sure the lid's on tight. Give it a good shake. Something flew off of it. Might have been from my hands. All right. Oh man, that stuff even smells sour. And here we go. We're going to do 3 tablespoons. Actually, no. Actually, I'm going to change this up. On this one, I'm only going to do 2 tablespoons. Okay. Now, you got to kind of mix this stuff up pretty quick. You might start losing your coloring on in your Skittles. So let's bring this over here. We're going to start mixing this up. And we just want to get that really nice and coated. And so I'm just going to keep mixing these up until I think they're nice and coated, and I'll bring you back. So we stirred this up nice and even. And you can see that they're nice and coated. I don't see much liquid in here, even when I rotate it up in here. You're not really seeing the liquid anymore because that means the citric acid, the sugar, and everything kind of came came together really well. So this is the part you gotta be fast. Use your hand, make sure you're wearing your gloves, and the whole goal is to spread this out amongst the 4 trays. Now at this point, if you really wanted to, you can try to weigh it, but remember, it's not going to equal the 6 ounces or 7 ounces that we had on the last video, because now we do have the citric acid in here. Let's move this wooden spoon off to the side. And remember, you gotta spread them out because they are going to swell up like little baseballs or tennis balls or whatever you want to call them. So right now we got almost 4 trays here. And again, the reason why you're wearing gloves, I forgot to mention that earlier, is because we are using, a citric acid, and also because of the tart and sour recommended wearing glove, because it is a super concentrate. So you don't want that acid to get into your skin and possibly burn you. Even though this is a food grade material, it's super bitter. Okay, now all of the trays have been loaded. We're going to let them sit there. Now we're going to go to the garage where the freeze dryer is and set that up. And I'm going to walk you through the setup mode. Alright guys, we're back in the garage here. Now we're going to go to the freeze dryer. Come on in here. We're going to go through the settings real quick. So right here is the menu. Okay, we're going to go to customize. The initial freeze, 0, doesn't matter because the machine's not even going to look at that. Extra dry time, again, don't worry about it. The machine's not looking at that. The real important is that dry temperature. Change that baby to 150. Extra dry time, it's really up to you. I like to do 24 hours because you never know. But these are only going to sit in the machine between 3 to 6 hours. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. We're going to hit start. And right now the machine is starting up. You'll see where it says cooling vacuum chamber, wait 15 minutes. Now, it's really important, close the door, okay? Also, at this point is when you want to go ahead and start closing your valve. So we got the vacuum valve over here that we're closing, and then way over here, I've got the drain valve I'm closing, okay? And that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to come back in about 15 minutes, load it up. All right, guys, it's been about 15 minutes. The machine is ready to go because, in fact, it says load trays into freeze dryer, close your drain valve. Now, if you remember, we already closed the drain valve and we closed the vacuum valve, okay? Now, right here, it's really important because it says high temperature mode. If you remember, we set that temperature at 150 degrees. So this message is going to come on and you have to pay attention to it or you're going to mess things up. Because right now, it says high temperature mode candy process off. You've got to hit that little red bar until it turns green. And now it says the word on. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and load the trays into the freeze dryer. Get them all in here. Now when you load your trays, try to spread them out a little bit. I got a little spoon over here. Give the Skittles room because they're going to, expand, but also because of this stuff that we put on it and the sugar, it's going to get sticky and it's not going to roll around as easy as when you do your normal Skittles. They rotate or they move around, really, really quick. Okay. The Skittles are now into the freeze dryer. Close the door. We're going to go ahead and hit continue here. And you're going to get another pop-up, and it's about warming trays. Now, I have done Skittles 2 different ways. I've done it warming the trays, and I've done it not warming the trays, okay? And a lot of times, people will say warm the trays for about 10 minutes. Every single time I've done the warm tray option, the Skittles actually kind of explode, and they don't look like Skittles too well. So we're going to go ahead and hit skip on this. And immediately, it says drying candy. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is bring the camera close because I want you to see when these babies start to expand. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to show you a crazy Dave trick that I came up with. And that's in regards to candy, but mainly the Skittles. A lot of times the Skittles will start to stick and it's really hard to come off the tray. So here's what I do to make the Skittles look amazing and keep them uniform. In fact, I'm going to show you real quick out here. This is the last batch I did, and you'll see how they're nice and round. They look like those tennis balls or baseballs. Okay, so the other batch I did, if you're not careful, they come out and they look like, yeah, you can't really break them up. You don't want that to happen. So remember, I've got my machine slightly modified. I got the valve over here for the vacuum, and the other side I got the drain valve. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to go ahead and open the vacuum valve, but I am not touching the menu here. The machine is going to go into what I call a standby mode. So therefore, I can keep continuing my freeze drying. So let's go ahead and open that vacuum up. All right. Now, I'm going to release the pressure on the door a little bit. I'm going to come across the camera real quick. I'm going to go right over here. Open up my drain valve. It helps to release the pressure. Now, you notice I'm wearing gloves, okay? And the reason being is I'm going to do something cool with these Skittles because they've only been in here for an hour and a half. Let's go and open that door up. We got that door nice and it opened up. We're going to open it up all the way. We're going to pull the tray out. Now, you'll see how they're kind of sticking. Look, nothing, right? This is what I do. I start grabbing these Skittles and you start pinching them, okay? Then you start kind of like massaging them with your fingers and you'll see that they break up, okay? You're going to do that to the whole tray. You just kind of keep going at it. Now, some of it might fall. That's why you have to keep, have a good, clean environment. And you'll see I'm still kind of pinching them. And then when it's all done, I'll show you something. Alright, now, put the tray back to being level, kind of, moving around a little bit. And you'll see some of them pieces stick together. Easy, really easy to break them up without really breaking the Skittles themselves, okay? Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and continue with all the remaining 3 trays. Then I'm going to go ahead and continue running the machine. I'll show you that. Okay, so I just got done going through all the trays. You'll see they kind of move easy. I'm going to put them back up there. Now, what do you do to continue the machine? Remember, the machine thinks it's still working, that it just had the vacuum problem. We're going to go ahead and close this up, like that. Close the vacuum valve. Come on the other side real quick. We're going to close the drain valve. And now we're going to let the machine continue doing what it's doing. That is a Crazy Dave trick on how to freeze dry Skittles and make them look amazing. All right, guys. So my little taste tester over here, Liberty, she thinks she wants these super scoured Skittles. Let's see her reaction. Here you go, Liberty. She smelled it. Didn't really go away from it. I'm waiting for her to lick it. Try that one. Nothing? Oh, no. She don't want those. All right. All right, guys. These Skittles have been in here for a couple of hours now, and they're ready to come out. Okay, so you saw a little bit ago the Crazy Dave trick on how to kind of move them around, rotate them, and it helps the freeze drying process and also helps to keep them uniform. But right now, we're going to go ahead and remove these babies. We're going to put them in a Ziploc bag, let them kind of settle down a little bit before I pack them up. So one of the things we're going to do here is we're going to, put some gloves on real quick. Here's the regular, the cheapo gloves from Costco. Go ahead and remove the trays. Remember, there's 4 of them. We're just going to cut them off this side here. Now, usually I only have on this little shelf right here room for 3 trays. But I always use the 4th one here. And also be very careful because they are still a little on the warm side. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is just kind of take them and put them inside of a gallon Ziploc bag here. And that's what I do. I'll grab the tray and I throw it all the way in there. Then you just kind of knock it down. You get a little bit that might stick here, and just use your hand, and they'll come off the tray. And there you go. Right now, we just put that tray back in there. We'll move this off to the side here, and same thing. Repeat. Bring it up, and bring it towards the camera here. I want you to see what's going on here. And you'll see that it just falls off. Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead and keep doing that to all the rest of them. And then I'll bring you back. Alright guys, well there you go. You just saw me packing them up into a Ziploc bag. Temporarily, I'm going to rotate them a little bit, making sure that they don't be sticking around in there. But that is how Crazy Dave does a super sour Skittle. Now, you know, make your own. Crazy Dave here. Thanks for watching the Crazy Dave edition of the Freeze Drying Academy. I'm out. I'll see you next time.